welcome to the Self-Love Green Light. This is me, Trina Kavanagh-Thomas, and today I bring an incredible duo into our midst because, I think it's the first time that I've ever seen people work, and this sounds very odd, that I've seen people really work together and work together really, really well too. So I've got today Kirsty Sosick and Emma Edwards, and they're here today with Orah Wellbeing. I'll get there in the end. Talking about transforming mind, body, and spirit. It's such a great duo, and I met them. Well, I met Kirsty mainly through Lisa Davis, who is a tarot reader and an incredible soul in the corporate world. So today I want to welcome you guys onto this podcast to speak with me.
Lovely. Thank you, Trina.
So, I've got you here today, and I just want to share a little bit about you guys, especially with the audience as well. There are many people out there who are feeling stuck right now and wanting to make a positive change in their lives. And I would definitely say to look no further than you guys. I mean, even I've experienced you guys firsthand. It's not like you've been to, one of the wellbeing events and I've just seen you. I've also had a reading from both of you as well, which has been absolutely powerful and incredible in my own life as well. So I know what it's like, to have some kind of first-hand experience of you guys. And I know that you're really, really passionate and with your expertise in natural health and well-being. And I want to start with that area first. Tell me more about your expertise in natural health and well-being and what natural health and well-being means to you guys.
Yeah, wow. Well, I guess the best place to start would be both at the start of our journeys then. So mine in particular, I started really looking into my well-being when I was 18. Wow. So a long time ago. And it was because I got sick. And I got to the point where I was so frightened of what was going on with me at the time that I sought out some help for the fear that I was going through. I was in and out of hospital. I wasn't really getting better and I was fearful. And I just did a Google search, like probably many people do, how can I get rid of fear? And it popped up with hypnotherapy. And it took me to this woman in Saxelby, and I had some sessions with her, and it absolutely changed my life. And that was the start of my journey. It just opened up my mind. And one of the very first things that she said to me was, have you been through trauma? And I said, yeah, but, why? Why are you asking? And she said, I think that's why these symptoms are really appearing. And I thought, okay, well, let's just go with it. And I had loads of sessions with her, like I said, and it calmed me so much. It changed my mindset on so many levels. And then also some of my symptoms started to either reduce or just go completely. And that blew my mind. And I thought, I have to know more. I have to help other people with this too. And that really started off my journey. So I went on to study hypnotherapy, neuro-linguistic programming, bits of EFT, emotional freedom technique. And at the time, I learned it. I was so engrossed really with helping other people because of how much it helped me. So I was helping friends and families and just doing the odd event here and there. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And then I had to take a little bit of a back seat because I became pregnant and I had another journey of my life to sort of venture down. So that took my life on a different turn for a bit. So I sort of parked it. And then I came back to it a lot. And it's one of these things I was saying to Emma, no matter how you try and get away from it, it keeps coming back. It just keeps moving back into your life. And there's all these signs saying, you need to help people, you need to help people, you need to do it. And so yeah, fast forward to now, I met Emma through our sons. They go to the same school. Yep. And we knew nothing about each other. And we've just been on a few outings together, haven't we? And the more we talked, the more we got to know each other and realized we were both on the same wavelength. Wow. And Emma, I don't even know how it began. It was something when we went to an event, a mind, body, spirit, and he found a spiritual retreat that we were you really wanted to go to, didn't you?
Yeah, because I'd been to see Annie Grace, who'd given me a reading, and she said randomly, I can see you in a field with a tent with like-minded women, and I was like, well, that's never going to happen. Went to the Mind Body Spirit show, and then all of a sudden there's a leaflet for July about a tent where you can go and camp out overnight, and it's a spiritual retreat, and I was like, we have to go on this.
Oh my God.
It just cemented the friendship that we already had, and we literally were driving back saying like, okay, we're soul sisters. We've genuinely connected on a level, you know, we've been together in a past life, I think, together. So it kind of came about, and it just kind of went on from there, really, didn't it?
Yeah, it ignited our passion, and then there was messages that we were getting. I mean, well, so myself particular, I was told that I need to keep going down the path that I was going and get back on. And I could just see it. I was saying to Emma on the way back, I can see us together. I can see us running workshops. I can see us doing events. And I just know that this is the right thing to be doing. So, you know, we had some sessions together with ourselves, that like every Thursday it became our little spiritual night, self-development. And then we just started putting together Orah Wellbeing, and it came to life through that, didn't it? And you've gone on a massive spiritual journey yourself. You should jump straight into tarot, Reiki, you name it. And Orah just became this whole thing about mind, body and spirit, working with the mind to overcome your limitations, working with nutrition to restore balance to your health and well-being, and then tarot and spiritual development to find your purpose and to really find out where you are in life and where you need to be going. And it just all came about that way, really.
That is absolutely amazing. Wow. And I love like how you found each other, because I'm going to be really honest. There's a lot of people out there right now, myself included. Sometimes it's really hard to find, well, it feels like it's hard to find that person, isn't it? That, resonates with everything that you do, especially if you live maybe in like a town or out of the school mums things, because not everyone is on that same path. Not everyone is going down that route. And what an incredible thing that you found each other. How inspiring is that?
Yeah.
To other people, to me, definitely. It's inspiring to me that you guys have found each other. Emma, share how did you come into natural health as well?
Well, I dabbled a little bit with tarot when I was 18, but as most people at that age, you just think everyone's going to think you're a bit random, and you just kind of push it down to the back of your thoughts. And obviously that was not meant to be what I was meant to do. So, but the main thing for me was 4 years ago, I had a really small car accident, really minor, but it caused damage in my arm. And because it happened through the beginning of lockdown, you don't get seen, everything's really difficult. Obviously, we all remember that time. But what happened with me is my brain and my arm actually lost communication. So I got diagnosed with complex regional pain syndrome. And one of the first things the consultant said to me is, don't Google it. And if you're not on antidepressants, I suggest you get on them. So it was a really hard hitting, and that was genuinely the start of the worst time of my life. But it's like you go down normal routes, and like nobody knew what the actual illness was, so you couldn't really talk to people to understand it. And it was only when I was lucky enough to go to Bath and I got my first taste of chakras. So there was a yoga physiotherapist there that got us to go through our chakras, and for the first time in like 2 years I was like, my God, I feel like relaxed. I actually feel like there's something there. So I thought, this is something I really want to focus on. But once that had happened, my stepdad then got diagnosed with a brain tumor, which is primarily when me and Kirsty really started talking, because she was sending me links about, have you heard about this alternate therapy for, you know, brain tumours, and, you know, have you tried this could help. And unfortunately we didn't get the chance to do it because he passed away just after 2 months, but it triggered something in me. And because we started talking more, and then Kirsty was like, oh, I go to this psychic circle, do you fancy coming? And it was just like, oh my God, I would love that. So we started going to the psychic circle, and my first time there was mind-blowing. Yeah. It was just like, I sat there thinking, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I ended up like remote viewing somebody's living room, naming the initial of somebody that you knew. Honestly, it was absolutely mind-boggling. And I was kind of a bit like, okay, there's something here. And then obviously me and Kirsty went on the retreat, and that started a bit of a Kundalini awakening with me. So I've kind of really massively been thrown into this spiritual journey. But what it did as well is, through Kirsty, I ended up getting involved in the NLP. Yeah. And that triggered something in me, because with the complex regional pain syndrome, as you can see, I'm wearing a jumper. For 2 years, that was physically impossible because of the pain that having a sleeve on my arm would cause. Yeah. And it was only after a session of NLP that became something that didn't bother me anymore. And my mind was like, whoa, mind, body, total connection. By that time, I'd got an interest in Reiki because I wanted to know about my chakras, and I felt like a new woman after I'd had Reiki. So I was learning Reiki, I was learning NLP, I was learning hypnotherapy, and it just suddenly dawned on me, after being made redundant in May last year, I don't want to do any finances anymore. I want to help people. I know what it's like to have a chronic pain condition and to feel like it's all consuming, and it's all that your life is just pain and misery and depression and feeling like there's no way out. But actually now I see light, and I know that I'm on my path and my journey to actually overcome what's been causing me the trauma and the pain for the last 4 years, and probably the last 44 years, to be fair. So
yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, when you really think about it, even just by you both speaking about this, you know, you can really see yourselves, both of you, light up when you speak about it. But also there is the inspiring bit of the adversity that you went through. You know, it's amazing, isn't it, that you went through that adversity, but you are now sitting here today, like, in a very, very different position than what you both were back then.
Yeah, see, I really believe that pain's your biggest teacher. Like, if you can allow it, you know, there are dark times, and we all go through dark times, but if you can allow it to be your biggest teacher, it really will transform your life. You grow so much from having those hardships, and you can transform them. They're not limiting, you know, you can make something good out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel personally that I'm kind of the person that I was always meant to be. I wasn't listening to the universe, so it kind of shouted at me a really loud, you know, causing problems that were like, if you're not going to do it the nice way, we're going to do it the hard way. It was the hard way, but it just feels like it was where I was meant to be. And when we started doing our little Thursday night spiritual things, where we'd do readings to each other and go on like little shamanic journeying and things like that, and when we're together, it is so incredible, because we do it now. We sit next to each other and we do shamanic journeying, and we get different ways of getting the message, but our messages actually, when we chat afterwards, are the same.
Really? Oh my God.
It is bonkers.
It's the most bizarre thing ever.
So it's like they're kind of a bit, oh, finally you're together, right? So we know we've got to tell you differently, but this is basically what you need to know. But yeah, that was really how Orah came about, because we just sat there and you just think, wow, look at what we've overcome. Is that if we can do that, we have or gaining or know the ways and the tools to actually help people. And to be able to do that is just
And not
incredible.
enough people know that you can change your life, you can change despite your circumstances. You know, this, the mindset stuff and the nutrition and all of it put together is amazingly transformational. I don't know anybody that has had a session in any of those things or done any changes like that and not ever wanted to know more, because it is that life-changing.
Yeah, I'm now like a sponge. I'm literally like this excited Duracell bunny, and I'm like, what else can I learn? I need to learn it all, because I've just the way the mind and the body, the connection between the two, you don't really associate it properly. And, you know, you kind of think, oh, well, you know, I've got a headache, but I'm sure that's not just because of something I'm thinking. Or like when you say, oh, so-and-so is a pain in the neck, and then you think about them and you get a pain in the neck. And it's the different associations. And you just don't realise how much your words and your mind have such a connection to the body and the other way around. And it's just opened up so much. And it's just transformational. It's absolutely transformational.
And I think, you know, even when you came to the Spirit and Wellbeing Festival, because I think that was your first, did you say it was the first time?
First time.
And it was just incredible, the amount of people that like kind of gravitated towards you both, right? And especially, you know, I spoke to people after, you know, you did your workshop as well. So both Emma and Kirsty did a workshop at the event, and they're doing one at the next events as well. So at the next event, sorry, as well. And the amount of people that came out of those workshops just were kind of in awe of both of you and what you were saying and what you were teaching as well. It was just incredible. And you know, even my reading with you guys is incredible. You know, you had me in tears. So but you know, you gave me the, you know, the insight that I did need to take some time out as well. So I want to kind of touch on, because you guys work in all areas of, you know, of whatever goes on in people's lives. So that can be relationships to family, finances, and career as well. So share a little bit about those, because obviously a lot of people have issues in relationships, and they all have issues with finances and careers as well. So share a little bit more about those.
Yeah, so I guess it's just day-to-day life, isn't it? We all have problems, we all have situations that come up in our life, but are we navigating through them without stress? Are we finding ourselves in repetitive patterns? Are we stuck in our lives? And if we are, then that's where we focus in and we say, right, so what can we do? Let's find out where your blocks are, where are you stuck, and what's keeping you stuck. And often or not, people are stuck because there's a benefit to them not getting what they desire, or there's a benefit to not taking the actions that they need to take to get their desired outcome. Or it could be just that, you know, they're having problems with their health, and they don't know the nutritional requirements that they should be putting in, or they don't know how to turn off that pain signal or listen to the body, like Emma was saying, what's really going on underneath. Because a lot of the time it all comes down to the stresses in our lives, what's emotionally affecting us, and then what we're thinking about, which then creates your feelings, then creates your behaviors. So we really work on your mindset, we really work on those emotions, heal those events, because then when you do that, you're free from the limitations. There's no longer this emotional thing keeping you stuck, and then you can just move through life with ease, and it's so much easier. And I think one of the things that I really liked about bringing the nutrition element in is that your mindset's a massive part, but we are a physical being too, and we do need to put in the right fuel. So bringing them together, I just think it's such a holistic way to help people, and more people need to know about it. Everything I've learned on my nutritional journey has been phenomenal, and I'm so surprised that we don't get taught it in schools, because we can do huge things for our health. You know, we're not sitting ducks waiting to get disease. We can shape a lot of where we go with our health, and that's something that I'm a big advocate for.
And for myself, obviously, I've had 20 years in finance doing mortgage advising, banking. So obviously, if people have financial worries, I've got the education and the actual life experience to actually be able to help people with that. And because I've always wanted to just have that element of helping people. When I got made redundant, I did a counselling course at college. I'm really naturally intuitive with my tarot cards, so it's not just sort of like your typical kind of tarot card reading. It is like a bit of almost a counselling life coach sort of element to it as well. So it really is an all-encompassing thing. So, you're not just coming and saying, oh, why is my relationship like this, and expecting the tarot cards to suddenly, tell you what you need to know.
Yeah.
It's actually, well, what's made you think of that? It's like, let's kind of like delve a bit deeper. And I think it's, if someone comes with more money worries, it's, well, what's bringing about the money worries? Let's try and see if we can help with that. And whereas Kirsty's like the nutritional side of thing and the body side, I think I'm more sort of like the spiritual, sort of financial, lifey type thing. But it's, I think this is why we complement each other so well, because what I lack, Kirsty's got, and then what Kirsty lacks, I've got. So we're literally just this really holistically well-rounded help stop.
Just bringing well-being into it, one central place. It's our well-being hub. That's kind of like how we refer to it.
Yeah, that's incredible. And what, if you can let the audience know as well, because obviously you offer readings and things, and when you come to the event you offer readings and then you do a workshop as well, but what else do you offer within the business? What do you offer within Orah Wellbeing that would help people that would help people that are really struggling at this moment? Because there's a lot of people who are really struggling at this moment in time, and they don't know what to do. So who are they? Let's start from the beginning. Who are they, and what do you offer and provide for them?
So it can be a range of things. We at the moment we have hypnotherapy that you can have a personalized session with, belief coding as well. They're both very much similar in the fact that we're working with your subconscious mind. Belief coding works a little bit more at an identity level. We're looking at the beliefs that are underpinning your behavior. And that's one of the best things I like, is when people feel stuck. I would go more towards the belief coding sessions, because then we can uncover, okay, why are you stuck? Why are you self-sabotaging? What's going on? And then break through that limitation. And then the hypnotherapy is really good to, like, I actually find it really good to put on top of the belief coding even, and just really solidify the new beliefs, the new behaviors, the new thoughts that somebody wants to change the behavior. But yeah, we offer programs as well, where we look at all areas of your life, and then we're just looking at, okay, so let's focus this month on relationships, let's focus next month on health, let's focus next month on family, self-love,
money.
Brilliant.
And then we go through each month and we work a session into that theme and relieve whatever it is that's keeping someone stuck. So there's lots that we do.
I think it's more a community as well, because we've realised just by having just each other, the difference it's made. And then you bring towards you people that are like-minded, that actually are there, that understand and get you and can help. And that's what we wanted as well, is actually to have that community where people can think, oh my God, I'm having a day, and they know that if they go to Orah, they'll be like, oh, actually, well, there's the people on the membership, there's obviously us guys that are going to help, but there's also the other people that can be there as sounding boards. I think that's really what kind of generated the whole Orah idea, was the Orah actually does stand for things. So the O is for the overcoming limiting beliefs. So that's when we do get people that are stuck, we get them past that through the belief coding and the hypnotherapy. We restore your health and well-being. So it's mentally, but obviously nutrition-wise. So it's just restoring you as a whole. It's actually
and awakening your mind. to spiritual development, self-development. That's where we sort of find out your purpose, find out, you know, really bring that life back into somebody, and then heal yourself from within. So we're a big advocate is you can heal yourself. We don't do it. You do it, and we guide you. And I love that, because I don't like people feeling like they need a therapist or they need someone. You have the power within you. We just guide you through it. So I think that's amazing, because you come away empowered, and you don't need to run to someone every time you have a problem. You're going to learn the tools to be able to help yourself, and that's a big thing that we advocate for as well.
Because that's what we've ultimately done, is we've took the tools that we've learned along the way, and we're using them to heal ourselves. And when we have issues or problems that arise up in daily life, we know how to recognize negative self-talk, how to obviously reframe what we're thinking and change what we're doing. And it's just knowing that if you do have that bad day, it's just reframing it, and you know what and how to help yourself. And I think that's a really, really big thing, is that's what we do. We empower you.
I love that. You know, like everything that you do, the packages, the membership, because obviously I know that you've mentioned that you in the bio that you have an access to library of meditations, hypnotherapy recordings, tarot. You've got obviously tarot spiritual coaching as well, and an incredible online community of individuals as well that people can get support from too. So they can get support from you, and they can get support from the community, just like you've come together as a community for yourselves as well. How incredible is that? No, I take it you work with both men and women, or is it just women?
Men and women.
Amazing. And what type of men and women do you work with? Is there specific criteria for people, or you know, who do you
anybody who's stuck? It really is so varied. I mean, I must say, I'm getting a lot of people that are having success blocks within their business, and also a lot of relationship stuff is coming up at the minute. But it really can be from any walks of life.
I think that's the one thing, is we don't want to like pigeonhole people into thinking that it's got to be somebody with a certain problem or a certain you know, ongoing event or feeling, because actually we're all completely unique. And actually to limit again who could come and get help from us isn't fair. And it's just, we're completely different people, and we just want to help people that need and want help. That's literally it.
That's incredible. And I love how, you know, again, I love how you guys have come together to create this beautiful business. And it is a beautiful business, and that will help people, you know, and not just help, you know, just one person. It's going to help a lot of people, and it is helping a lot of people as well. So, you know, I have to say a big, massive thank you for coming on today. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you both. Final question just to end on. Where do you see yourselves going with this? What is the goal?
We do have visions.
We have visions. We have visions.
One of the things is Orah will be like a 12-month program that we're going to be putting out there very soon, and then with the long-term plan of having in-person retreats throughout the year within the UK and abroad. So like, that's the long-term plan with us. We want you to come on board, come and be with us,
have
all
like a
heal
week
together.
of transformation. Actually, so, you know, you have it in the snippets that you get every month, but we really want to
really immersive experience.
Really immersive. Actually come out like we did, just feeling wow, okay, you come together, and that's where the power is. But the retreats and everything, that's the
we want to create a massive community. So that is the long-term plan.
Well, this is amazing, because you know, I know that many people will sign up straight away, absolutely straight away, for everything that you guys create. And you can even tell already, even just with the energy that you guys have. I just want to say thank you both to, you know, for coming on today. And I just want to share with the audience, you know, that you can find both Kirsty and Emma through Orah Wellbeing. So that's ORAH Wellbeing. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on, I take you're on Instagram as well. Yeah. And then obviously through their website as well. But we will pop the links within the comments within the YouTube as well, because this will go onto YouTube and it'll be on the podcast, so you'll find the links, and we'll make sure you have the links as well, of where to find these incredible women. So yeah, thank you very much for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having us. And we're actually doing a free masterclass next Tuesday, so we will give you the link for that, so anybody that wants to join, it's completely free, then they can join that as well.
No worries. For when this goes out as well, will there be anything else coming up in the future? I know you're coming to the event on the 2nd of March, and is there anything else after that? Let me know.
No more events at the moment, but we do have a freedom program coming up where we are going to do a 8-week program, isn't it? 8-week program where we're looking at relationships, self-love, and health, and we're going to be focusing massively on all areas of them. So we do have that coming up soon.
That's amazing. So what we'll do is we'll make sure we keep out for those. I take it it'll be updated on your website as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So we'll make sure we have all those details for anyone in the audience who's resonating with this today. And, you know, if you're feeling stuck right now, if you're constantly feeling stuck, or you're going around in circles and you keep coming back to the same place over and over again, you definitely need to reach out to Kirsty and Emma and get in contact with both of them, because, you know, even I've had the experience. They are absolutely incredible. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you so much for bringing this on, Trina. Thank you very much.
And thank you to the audience for listening to this podcast. And do keep an eye out for the next podcast coming up. Speak soon.